Happy Thursday. This is Amy from Studio Planner Pro. I'm here to go through this week's Master Plan Weekly to-do list that hit your inbox this morning. I'm going to go through all of the assets and resources that we've sent to you. And if you have any questions about anything, please reach out to us in the Studio Planner Pro community group on Facebook so that we can all learn together. Of course, if you have any personal needs, reach out to us at support@studioplannerpro.com. All right, let's jump in. We have an exciting week. It's a fun week. We're getting some energy going with our season. We're getting some fun recital stuff started. And just before I jump in, I just want to mention really quickly an experience that I had this week that really made me think about my studio and how I run my studio and how I would like to help others with running their studio. I'm in various groups on Facebook for studio owners, dancers, choreographers, teachers, all of the above, staying connected, learning what I can. And not this past week, but the week before, of course, a lot of people came back for the start of their season. And there was a lot of talk about that and excitement and busyness and worry and all of the above. But I was just thinking to myself how much money they had already left on the table by not coming back to their season until after Labor Day. By pretending like they are the public school system and that they have to fit in to this schedule that everybody else follows, and leaving 3 or 4 months worth of tuition on the table where they could be paying themselves, paying their staff, having a better facility, and still getting a summer break. So if you haven't yet, I just really encourage you to open up the ebook or the course online that we have called Increase Your Profits 25% this year with 0 new students. It's not rocket science. It's just going from 9 months of tuition to 12 months of tuition. But if you are not getting 12 months of tuition, you are leaving that on the table. And that course or ebook will take you through exactly how you can lay out your calendar, still get breaks, still get re-energized, but get consistent tuition throughout the year that you can count on. So anyway, I digress. Let's jump in. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go through this week's Master Plan Weekly to-do list. All right, here we are. Coming up on the week of September 19th already. Wow, we're already halfway through this month. It's going fast. So up here, you've got your members only resources. If you click on that, you are going to find that ebook to help you set yourself up for 12 months of tuition. Obviously, we're already into this year. We can't redo our calendar for this year. But can we? We could extend the end a little bit if we haven't already set that date. But we can definitely be planting the seed. We can be thinking about how we can already be ready for next year, going into next year, to be set up to get 12 months of the same tuition all month long. Honestly, I don't get the same tuition every month. It goes up throughout the year. So I make more through the second half than the first half. But I definitely get good tuition all year long and I can count on it. And that is really nice. So anyway, off my soapbox. Here is the Zoom link every week. It is there for you. You can jump on here with me. I'm here on live. It's real time. You can come ask me questions that you have. And that's why I'm here. So not just to take you through what's coming, but also if you've got any questions. All right. Okay. So let's get into our marketing. We're going to get everything prepped for going into October. But October is 2 weeks away. I know, and we're going to be ready. And we're going to get it all scheduled out and ready to go. And then it's going to be a passive system that we don't have to worry about or worry that we forgot anything about or do anything last minute reactively, freaking out and feeling stressed. Alrighty, so we're going to get our October newsletter laid out. Now, as always, everything that we're talking about through the master plan gets woven into everything else. So everything we're talking about with marketing or events or recital, that's all woven into our newsletter template for you. And of course, anything that you're not doing with us that doesn't fit for you right now, you can just take that out, and other things you are doing, you can put them in. So you can use our Canva tutorial if you don't already know how to use Canva to see how you can put in your own brand colors and logo and pictures and all of that. It's totally editable. You're going to hit use template. It's going to take you over to Canva. But let's go through here a little bit. So we always have our word from our director, our important dates that are coming up, and spaces for great pictures. Some things coming up this month for October. Maybe you have a fall break, which you can totally do and still get paid for if you're following the 12 months of tuition program. Some ideas about Halloween, fun things to do there, and a perfect attendance competition. That's a great thing that we like to run as we get closer to recitals, and especially months like October where we do have a fall break, and not all of the schools line up with our fall break, which is fine. We're not the school, we are a business, but some people miss. But we like to create a little incentive to not miss, and we do that with a perfect attendance competition and a little prize for that. So something to think about to keep kids excited. And then some student shout outs as we get into the season where musicals are going on in schools and different things like that. And even things outside of studio stuff, academic stuff, anything exciting, the 4-H, you know, that your kids are involved in. If they're coming to you and telling you and they're excited about it, then it's great to give them a shout out about it. So be asking on social media or in your newsletter or just in class what's going on. If you know kids are in shows at school or doing something that they're really excited about, give them a shout out in your newsletter. Make them feel special. Let them know that you're interested in them as a person, not just them as an income stream at your dance studio. That's also a great way to tout the exceptional kids that you have, and especially if they are doing things that are theatrical or dance related. If they got into the company Nutcracker that's near you, that's something exciting that is a little feather in your cap as well as the dance teacher. All right, always updating about recital. Hopefully you're doing a December recital, doing two recitals a year so that you're getting that extra income stream. You're keeping your kids excited by having them work towards something, and you're having that big marketing event. So here's some recital updates for the month coming. We want to put out that costume preview book, and we've given you the template for that so people can get excited about what they're paying for there, and what they get to wear and what they get to see. There's just so much excitement that you can build around that costume preview book. It's really fun. Watch your videos and handbook. So we're going to get the recital Bible together, and it's going to go out mid-October. So that's something we're going to be working on together. You're going to have a template. We're going to take you through how to put out a recital Bible that will answer every question parents could have. And then when they call and have questions, you can say, here's the link for the recital Bible. And it'll save you a lot of time, and it'll just make you look great because people love being involved with something that's organized, that doesn't feel chaotic. And that will be a big talking point for parents, suggesting you to other parents. And we'll mark our calendar for upcoming picture days, recital date, and dress rehearsal, all of that good stuff. So we'll keep up that recital news, keep it coming, keep the excitement around it, and keep the communication clear. 4-week preschool recreational sessions. That's another thing that we've been talking about, working on building up, and hopefully we'll have another one of those starting. I run mine in September, and then I skip October, and then I do November. And the reason I do that is because we do take that week in October for our fall break. And I don't want to have to do weird scheduling things. I want that to just fit neatly into the month so that it's not confusing. So, and it also gives you time to build up that next one. And anybody that is September 1, hopefully you're going to be converting them over to actually being in a recital performance class, keeping them for the rest of the year. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the coming weeks about how we can not just let those people slip through the cracks after their 4-week session, but really get them excited about coming on over into a regular class that goes throughout the year. Alrighty, it's also fun to add birthdays for the month and pick a student of the month. When you have specific kiddos in there, and this even goes back to your student spotlights there, and then you put this out on social media, you're going to get a lot of shares, mom sharing with everybody, look at my kiddo that was in this, we're so excited. Makes them feel special, makes them share with more people. So student of the month is a fun thing to do. And then we've got an article here about our Nutcracker tea, and we've got details about that to share. And we'll be talking more about that today as well. We've been talking about that for a couple weeks, getting that laid out. If that is something that you want to try, it's great for marketing. It can be a great fundraiser for your team or your company. It is a great event to bring brand new families from the community in to meet your studio. And it doesn't have to be at your studio. We don't do ours at our studio because we want lots of space for lots of people. So we rent a venue, and that way we're able to bring a lot of people in and have this lovely event for them and introduce our studio to them that way. So anyway, and then at the very bottom, we always want to make sure that we've got easy links to get to information, to set up a free trial, to register, to log in to the online portal if they want to sign up for more classes or pay their bill. All right, so popping over as at the same sitting, hopefully if we're batching our work very efficiently, then at the same time that we're getting our newsletter together, we're going to jump on to whatever scheduling app we're using for our social media, where we can batch our scheduling, like Hootsuite or any of those. And we're going to go ahead and get our posts set up for the month as well. Get those on autopilot. So Audra's made you a bunch of awesome posts here that you can snag. Again, go into Canva and use the template. We love the calendar one. It just kind of pops up and shows all the things going on at your studio for the month of October. Student of the month to share. So everything that was in the newsletter, now we're going to pull out those highlights and we're going to do some repetition on social media so people can keep seeing those and keep sharing those. Alrighty, we've got new preschool recreational sessions starting. Fun things going on in the studio during the week. And of course, these pictures we're going to take out. You're going to put all of the awesome, cute, adorable, amazing pictures that you're getting of your students. Pajama Jam, that's another event we'll talk about that we might add. All righty, and all kinds of fun things. The faculty spotlight, what's going on for Halloween. If you're doing something special, can the kids dress up? Will you be closed? This is, don't forget to wear your costumes. Class for costume week. So much fun. Okay, I'm gonna save some for a surprise. I know there's more goodies in there. Anyway, let's pop back up. And all right, talk a little bit more about hosting that Nutcracker tea, if that's something that you're doing. Here is the complete guide that you can go through. Make sure we're on track here. Let's see where we are. Continued planning for the Nutcracker tea party. So anything that you're still working on there. Hopefully, if you are looking to do this, we generally do it the weekend before Thanksgiving weekend. So if that's kind of a time frame that you're looking at, which tends to work out well so far here, then you should have a venue by now, or be getting that done this week, and have a vision with a fun theme, and have your ticketing set up. And it's definitely time now to start laying out your marketing. So getting those marketing assets put together, and we've got templates for those for you here, and we've got a timeline for you here. So 4 to 6 weeks before the event is when you want to make sure that starts to flow out. So just like your newsletter and your social media posts, you want to already have those created. If you're using Constant Contact or any of those sorts of things for out, you can go ahead and be scheduling those all at once, so they go out when you schedule them, and you don't have to worry about that. It's already set up and ready to go. All righty. There's also a press release template in here for you, so that would definitely be something that you could go ahead and get done this week. You're working on that. All right, so let's jump back over. We've got one more thing here. Right. This is for our recreational preschool program. This is one of the ways that we're going to help retain those students. So if they were good students for our studio, we want to keep them around and get them into a class that will go throughout the year and year after year, right? So this is a fun little certificate to share with them the last week of the program. If you did a September class, then we're coming up on that. We want to have these printed and get them ready to hand out the last day of class to help them feel special. And make sure that you put your studio name and all of that great stuff in there, and that it can hang on the fridge and other people can see it, and they feel awesome. And that is a really fun one. All right, our team is taken care of because we did the monthly email where we laid out all the reminders for the month. But if you are finding that you've got a couple little reminders that still need to go out to your team, by all means, shoot them a group text, and be communicating with them about what you need to have happen, and holding them accountable for your recital deadlines and the things that you need. All right, office admin, and that's what we just covered, the awards for the rec session. So that's a good thing to be able to delegate to your front desk if you have somebody up there to get done, or you can get that done quickly on your own if you don't. Okay, let's talk about recital planning. So if you've got the, if you're following my calendar and you are doing your December recital, then last week we were working on, or this week we are currently working on, getting all of the kiddos sized for their costume or having them try on their rental costume. And in the coming week, we're going to catch any kiddos that we missed, that were absent, whatever, make sure everybody is sized or fitted. And then in our recital planner, our awesome workbook, we're going to go ahead and set our show order, create our picture day schedule, set up our volunteer signups online, and make sure that all of our costume details are filled out. Costume details are the things like color of tights, color of shoes, hairdo, how costume accessories are getting used, and all of this information then will be in one place, and we'll be taking that information into our recital Bible or our recital information ebook that we're going to prepare for our studio families. If you're doing the costume rental program that we've talked about, then the costumes this week, as we've been fitting them onto our students should be labeled with the students' names and organized. And if you haven't done that yet, go through the costume rental program ebook or course that will show you how to keep all that organized and how to make all that work. All right, let's go real quick into the recital planner so you can see the worksheets that we're going to be using. Here it is. Okay. So we've done our songs and costumes. That should be done by now. If we pop over here, though, we've got all of those costume details that will go in here: heights, shoes, hair, any other notes there. All right, so hopefully we've got all of those together so we can start working on the recital Bible. And we can work on our show order here. Now, lots of studio software can be really helpful with this because they can show you if there are any issues with students being back to back and not having a break to switch. I at least know the studio director does that. But it's nice to have everything in one screen here where you can see it. So if you are doing multiple performances, then this is a nice way to just get it all in front of you. And if you don't have Recital Wizard sort of thing in your studio software, then you can just use this and it'll be very helpful. A note on performances. Do your families and yourself a favor and opt for more performances that are shorter in length than making your families that you love and love you sit through a 4-hour recital. Increase your returns with shorter shows that are enjoyable and entertaining, and people will actually sit and pay attention, and everyone will be able to enjoy it together. With a long show, you have people popping up and down all throughout, and you know, somebody's bottom in front of your face when it's time for your kid to come on, and it's just one of those things that can give dance studios a bad rap. So really consider, if you've got a real long show, break it up, do a few more shows, take your more advanced dancers, highlight them in every single one of those shows, have them dance repeatedly, have the little kids just do one show. You can arrange your schedule to get little kids out sooner so that you don't have issues with cranky babies and cranky mommies. So just something to think about. All right. Okay. So show order done and costume info in there. Volunteer signups online. Sign Up Genius, super easy tool to use. You can use it for free, and then you can set up all the volunteers you need in there and have a link straight to that from your virtual recital Bible, your ebook about recital, for people to click right through and sign up for being a backstage mom or selling concessions or flowers or whatever it is that you need. And maybe we'll ask Miss Audra to make us a video tutorial about how she sets that up. That would be a great thing to have. Alrighty, and all those costume details filled out. We talked about that. Picture day schedule. That's another thing to lay out as you're getting ready this week, because that's something that's going to have to go into your recital Bible. You may have a system for that already. You may not. What we do, just in case you are wondering, that has worked out really well, is we assign each class. Now we do pictures outside of class day. We assign a time to each class. We make that length of time based on how many people there are in the class and how old they are. Younger students need a little bit more time per student. Older students go a little faster because they're a little more experienced at the whole picture day deal. But we give each class a specific time period. And if we have a group of students that happens to be in a lot of class, we try to group those together But that way people can just know when you come in and not come in and wait and wait and wait. And that tends to work out really well. You do need to communicate with your photographer about how many minutes they need per child, and maybe do some negotiation. They might want a lot more time and you need it to go a little quicker, and you can kind of find maybe a compromise, but make sure that you communicate with your photographer about how that's going to flow. All right, let's go to Financial Friday. We've got the same worksheet that we've got every week. We've got it all now into one workbook that we can just download and use, or copy and use. And coming to the end of the month here, we want to do a little monthly goal check. We want to check on those goals that we set at the beginning of the month. So use this to go through and answer the questions that are here for the end of the month, and see how they compare to the beginning of the month there. All right. And then, of course, there is Financial Friday worksheet to fill in. And hopefully you're using the projected versus actual worksheet to pull information from into your Financial Friday. So we go through our bank ledger with our online banking. We fill in the bills that have come out, and we add up what we still owe, and we pop that in there. We can see where we're going to be at the end of the month when we follow that. Also, I added for you a personal or home projected versus actual worksheet to use as well. And that goes into the Financial Friday worksheet over here. There's also a place to do the same thing for your home finances. It's likely that the decisions that you make for home and studio finances and financial moves are interdependent on one another. So we've put that together for you, and you can do both in one place and see that big picture all at once. All right. And finally, coming back to self here, take some time to journal about what you're working on learning. Print a bunch of these and just take some time to yourself to write a little bit about the things that you've been studying and exploring, and how you're going to use them, and what impact you see that having, and etc. So I hope this is helpful. Please reach out to me if you've got any questions. I would love to hear from you. And also, I would just love to hear how the Master Plan Weekly to-do list is helping you in your studio. So if you would just take a second and just drop a little note into the Facebook group or send us an email, we would really love to hear from you. We will be, we being Audra and myself, we will be at the Weissman premiere this weekend, shopping around. We'll be wearing a Studio Planner Pro shirt probably most of the time, so that you can find us. So if you see us, tap us on the shoulder and say hello. We would love to see you. We'd love to meet you in person, and just get to say hello. So look for us if you're there. And otherwise, I will be back here with you next Thursday with the Master Plan Weekly to-do list. All right, have a great week, everybody. Thanks so much.